Hi, my name is Tammy. I'm a human being, and in this video, I am going to show you how I recreated this block. So I was doing some experimenting. I want to bust up my stash. I have way too many charm packs and way too much fabric. I want to buy more, but I just cannot justify buying more fabric until I use what I have. So I am going to take these pieces here, which are from a charm pack that I've already pre-starched, and then this fabric right here, and I'm going to create a 9-patch block. I'm going to chop it up, spin it around, and recreate this block. Want to see how it all turns out? Stay tuned. In order to create the mystery block, I am going to use 6 different pieces of fabric that I have that are pre-starched from a charm pack. And I'm also going to be using a combination of these solid colors here. I'm using my die number 1 from my AccuQuilt Go Mix and Match box set. And I'm going to cut 9 different squares. I'll piece them together, and then we are going to be doing some slicing and dicing and rotating around of this block. Stay tuned and I'll show you what all of the pieces look like once I cut them out. Oh my stars. Are you like me and you have charm packs? You bought them because they were small and cute, and then you tried to use them in your project and you didn't know what in the world was happening? I just experienced that. So I had pre-selected some colors or some pieces from a charm pack, and I thought it would work well. I cut out the pieces and I put them together in this configuration of the 9-patch, and I did not like the results. So I've switched around a few of the charm pack options, and let's see, I cut out 4 whites for my corners, and here are my variations for the center of this 9-patch. I am going to piece together all of these squares to complete the 9-patch block, and then, my friend, we are going to use this cutting mat, a rotary cutter, and a ruler to slice and dice it. Stay tuned. My cutting mat measures 36 inches by 24 inches. So I was tinkering around and trying to figure out what in the world all these lines mean. So of course I know this is a 30-degree, this is 45 degrees and 60 degrees, and over here is 90 degrees. I can read the numbers on the mat, but I had never used these lines to cut up my quilt block. So in tinkering around and experimenting, I figured out how I can take a 9-patch block, slice it up, and then sew it back together to create a brand new block. Stay tuned and I'll show you how I did it. So here is my finished 9-patch quilt block. The block measures 9 inches by 9 inches, and each one of these squares is 3 inches squared. So my next step is to take my ruler. I've already squared up my block and I've placed it at the 45-degree line on my cutting mat, 45 degrees here and 45 degrees here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler, which is basically a yardstick, and I am going to line it up, and I'm going to use my rotary cutter to slice this in half. Have cut my 9-inch block in half. So I have 2 pieces that are cut at a 45-degree angle. So my next step is to take each piece and line it up and cut it at 45 again. So I'm left-handed, so I'm probably going to stop the camera and figure out how to do this correctly and then show you what it looks like. Stay tuned. Okay, my friend, I figured it out. So I have placed that first cut of the 9-inch block on my mat, and it's at the 45-degree line here. So what I did was I basically squared it up. So there is the straight line here, and then there's a straight line here, and then the 45-degree line is right here. So what I'm going to do is line everything up again and use my rotary cutter. This time I have my favorite rotary cutter, which is an ergonomic rotary cutter for left-handed folk like me. And this one is better for me to use because I am not a rotary cutter. So my skills are not the best. So I need all the help that I can get to get better cuts. So here we go. And just like that, now I have that 9-inch square block has been cut into 4 pieces. So from here, you know, I could do several configurations. I can kind of take the block and rotate it this way and piece it back together, and it could look like that. And then if I wanted to piece it and then put this in the project and put it on point, I have the AccuQuilt setting triangle. So then I would like use setting triangles to cut the pieces here and set it on point. But I don't know, this still doesn't look jazzed up enough for me. So I am going to do yet another 45-degree cut on all 4 pieces. Stay tuned and I'll show you what that looks like once I've cut more pieces from this 9-inch quilt block. So I've taken that 9-inch block and I've sliced it up to 8 different 45-degree cut pieces. So from here, I mean, I don't know, the possibilities are kind of endless. And the goal is to sort of, I don't know, shimmy things around, perhaps this way, and then maybe this way, and then do that, and then maybe take these 2 and put those like that, and then take this one and then do that and piece them together. That's kind of a look. Or the possibilities are endless. I can turn it this way and this way and then this way. And if I do it like that, I will have the beginnings of a center pinwheel, that secondary design right there. Or let's see, what else could I do? How would you do this? Let me know in the comments below. I can take this. Well, no, I want to mix them up. I don't know. I'm going to play around with this a little bit more and then piece it together and show you what the finished block looks like. Stay tuned. Ta-da! The block is finished. After approximately 5 minutes, more like 15 minutes, of twisting and turning and coming up with all different configurations for those 8 pieces, I settled on this configuration. The reason why I like it is because I noticed secondary patterns here and here. So say for instance, if I were going with this scrappy theme and I had more of this fabric, I could use this as the cornerstone or the anchoring for multiple blocks to create the project. I also like the secondary pattern that sort of emerged right here. I like the way it looks. And I'm really happy with these white background pieces. I think it allows the scrappiness to shine. And if I wanted to, again, I could maybe put this block on point. And as you can see, when it's on point, it gives it a totally different look. So I'm really satisfied with this. I think that taking just basic squares, creating a 9 patch, doing something scrappy, busting up your stash, and sewing it together, cutting it up and reconfiguring it, it was so much fun. I also realized that I think I like puzzles and mysteries. So let me know in the comments down below. Are you like me and you like puzzles and mysteries and cutting up fabric and reconfiguring it? If so, comment down below. And also let me know what you think of this block. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers!